Hayden's away for his summer events now. We'll see him briefly. It's going to be like this for 5 months. Our summer has been very unusual this year. It's been very slow at starting. It's the 18th of January today, and I feel like it's only now that we're getting our usual hot summers with no rain. It's just rained and rained and rained and just hasn't been that hot. I've heard it's been terrible for plum growers or any stone fruit growers because it's just been too wet, and yeah, none of the fruit have kind of set or grown at all. The rain's damaged them. There'll be no bees to pollinate everything because it's been too wet. The farmers, on the other hand, I've heard loving it, because at this point normally all the grass is dry and brittle and it's kind of slowing down on the growing, but at the moment it's just all green and lush and growing like crazy. My own personal experience, the veggie garden has been different. I expanded it. Previous year I just had it in this little area here, but this year it's just been waterlogged the whole time up to now. So I'm glad I did expand it further up, but I also have found I've grown seedlings outside because I haven't had a greenhouse, or I couldn't trust Reese to not destroy the seedlings if I tried to grow them inside. So everything grew very, very slowly. That means only now I'm just starting to get some produce. So I've learned, I think next season I really need a good inside growing space and grow them to a certain stage so that when the ground is warm and at its good growing season here, I can just then get them out. Because this is a colder region, and then this year it's taken a while to start. So I've only now got my very first courgette. Gosh, that's a good size. I should have picked it yesterday. First courgette of the season. And I've been getting the odd bean as well. Here's some more. One thing we forgot to check before Hayden left again was how much water was left in the stream water tank, and the answer is 0. There is no water to water the garden just when it's getting at its hottest. So my first task is to lug water up from the stream, I think manually. The water's really low. It's going to be interesting. Alright, some very yucky looking water. The water's actually deeper than I thought. It's just a little hard to get to. I have seen the odd frog around, so I'm gonna guess there's tadpoles down there. But you can see that green grass is where the stream is. It's just growing all on top. Well, that water did not go far at all. I think that's going to become an everyday ritual for the next couple of weeks while it's not raining. My neighbours saw me lugging water up the hill and took pity on me, so they helped me fill up the water tank again. I'm thinking there might be a leak in the system, so we need to do some testing. The septic tank is finished and done.
A slight change of plans as the fields are now closer to the house and on slightly higher ground. It was just a little too wet for where we originally wanted it, and we still need a fence and plant on top. These are emperor moth caterpillars. I've never seen them before. They really like certain eucalyptus trees, and I didn't realise they'd nearly completely eaten one of my trees. I picked them all off. Turns out they squirt when they attack, so I learned it's just easier to cut the branch they were on. Hopefully the badly eaten tree survives. Courgettes are sneaky. You think you've got them all, and then you find some giant marrows.
I keep looking around and seeing more jobs to do. I guess that's the downside of having a big bit of land. But at the same time, I love our land and I can see what it will look like one day. I just need to hold that vision in my mind. I think I'm starting to feel it's a bit challenging with Hayden not here. So I feel like a lot of the jobs have fallen onto my own shoulders. My main job for today is to get going on this grass. It's really taken off. It's hardy farm grass and it's just been a little bit warmer. Plenty of rain, perfect growing season now. And it's starting to smother some of my new plants. This is a task I just added to my list. I've been trying to get rid of these really prickly weeds just because I don't want Reese to run into them, but they just don't want to go. This will be the third time I've tried to dig them all out. The slugs are really going for my Jerusalem artichokes. Look at all the holes. They're trying, and then the grass is trying to smother them a bit more. Somewhere in here are some plants. Where is it? I've got a stake, so I assume there is a plant here somewhere. I actually don't know what was there. What about this other one? There's another stake. This grass is insane. Oh yeah, this one's still alive. Tree lucerne. But you can see the grass is just so much higher than the little tree now. And my crocchio. Again, the grass is just taking over. It is pretty though. I do like the wilderness areas. I just spotted another one. Little tree lucerne. And I feel like, oh yeah, there's one there. Oh, and there's one here. I'm going to have to be very careful not to accidentally get these tree lucernes with the weed whacker because I have done that before. Come on. But you can actually see where the plants are now. I completely annihilated this one. The top part is completely pulverized. And then I found another tree lucerne hidden in the long grass before I took it out with the weed whacker. I've learned a lesson with this is keep on top of it, otherwise you lose the plants in the long grass. So it's another day and I feel like I'm kind of just running out of time. So I'm going to do what I feel is the most important stuff, which is keeping the grass under control. I was doing so well with the lawn mowing until I got to this part where I stupidly drove down the slope and then I couldn't reverse back up it. So lesson learned, I've asked my brother to help me push it back up for me. We got there, it seemed to get stuck on this huge clump of cut grass.
Hayden's home!